kept focused. Or he thought he was. When he looked again, the bull was moving. 1 ton of rippling muscle and horns running straight at him. Instinctively, Bulldust pulled up his foot and the bike jerked into gear. He let the clutch out with a jerk, all the while trying to use the whip again. The massive beast galloped surprisingly quickly, right towards where Bulldust had just been sitting on his bike. With his head down, the bull couldn't see that his target had moved, and he ran straight past, oblivious. Bulldust could feel the heat radiating from the animal and see the whites of his eyes as he rushed past and disappeared into the bush. Bulldust took a couple of deep breaths, glad to have avoided an extremely dangerous situation. "Well, fuck you," he muttered. "I'm not looking for you today, just your progeny. You can stay in the paddock." With another glance at the sky to see where the chopper was, he headed for the animals that were going to make him money. Within a few minutes he saw a group of about 50 cows and calves. The calves were hanging alongside their mums, bellowing above the noise of the chopper. Clean skins, where the money was. Taking a wide berth around them, he started to push them towards the main mob. Further to the north, there was a set of portable yards. Yesterday, they'd managed to find about 100 shorthorn cross Brahman cattle with 60 clean-skinned calves. They'd be able to move them easily and without any suspicion. The crew had camped at the waterhole overnight, starting the muster at first light. His most trusted team, all dressed in dust-covered jeans and plain shirts. They were under instruction not to wear bright colours. Not only did the cattle not like it, but he didn't want them wearing anything that might attract attention. The brightly dyed shirts stockmen favoured these days weren't for his lot. His bald head and long red beard usually created more than enough interest for them all. Today he was hoping to find another 100 or so cattle. He knew they were here. It was a matter of finding them among the spinifex and Mitchell grasses and the rough terrain of rocky outcrops, hills and trees. If it had been summer, they could have set water traps, yards with water inside them. Once the cattle went through the gates to drink, they couldn't get out. But on the back end of a good season, when there was not only water lying in the paddocks but grass and feed galore, gathering up the cattle was a little more challenging. No matter the season, the highwaymen mustering mob knew that there was no chance of being caught today, or any day in the next month or so. Not here on Kildell Holdings. The manager of this property had a gambling problem and wouldn't be home. He'd be propping up the bar in the closest town of Nundrew, staring at the TAB screen and sipping on schooners until closing, when he'd make his way out onto the main street, walk to the local takeaway shop and order fish and chips before driving the 100 kilometres home, slowly. Andrew Watson was the epitome of a bad manager and had been at Kildell Holdings for 5 years. The highwaymen had mustered for him for all 5 of those years and had noticed his decline, a spiral down into the dark pit of hard work and loneliness, with no reward or recognition from his employers. That made for a certain restlessness and discord, and, inevitably, the need for company, which included the warmth and laughter of a bar, beer, and women who offered companionship for money. All of which made the property Andrew managed a prime target for the theft of clean-skinned cattle. There was a sharp whistle, and Archie, the purebred Kelpie, emerged from the cloud of dust behind the cattle, barking at their heels as he rounded them towards the yards. "Heel! Heel!" Bulldust called. The cattle, now wild-eyed at the sight of a dog, put their heads down and tried to charge him as they would a dingo. Archie was having none of that. With a snarl, he launched himself towards the soft nose of the first beast, latching on for just a moment to show who was boss. Bellowing, the cow shook him off, turned and ran, with her tail in the air, shit streaming from her rear end. All he needed was the leader to turn, and they would be in the yards in a few minutes flat. A good dog could make that happen, and Archie was an excellent dog. "Heading towards you, Bill!" Bulldust yelled into the mic on his shirt collar. "Got him! George and me